Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. Good evening, everyone. Good evening and Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening. Yes, Shivanand Rana, I think you got the update. Yeah, we will be starting it from tomorrow. Good evening. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. Now, last day we were having CSAT and other discussion, so we could not have the current affair class yesterday. But today we are going to start with our current affair, and the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. The first one is about Interpol. This is related to international relation or international organization. This year also we have seen significant number of questions coming from international organization. So here we are discussing about Interpol. The second thing which we are going to talk about is from polity section, that is expulsion of MP or MLA. So there is a particular case which we are going to discuss about, a particular thing on which maybe you are not having that much clarity. So we will talk about it. Okay. The third thing which we are going to talk about is again from the polity, and that is about the collegium system. We are going to talk about the collegium system in today's session. The third one which we are going to talk about, the fourth one, sorry, is about environment. Okay. That is Dugong. Okay. And the fifth one is related to economy as well as the schemes. That is the topic of RoDTEP scheme. Okay. So you can count it as part of economy. Okay. So these are the different topics which we are going to discuss today. Most of them are related to prelims. Okay. We will talk a little bit about the mains angle here in the case of collegium, and other mostly they are related to prelims. So we have like most of the topic related to prelims today. Okay. No, it was last day. So thank you everyone for the wishes. And let's start with some practice question first, then we will come to other topics. Okay. So let's start with this practice question first. We have talked about Archaeological Survey of India. So here we have this one question. Consider the following statement with respect to ASI. First one is, it is a statutory body. It works under the ambit of Ministry of Science and Technology. It is responsible for conservation and maintenance of protected monuments. Okay. So this is the first question, and I hope it is a relatively easy one. I think all of you can answer. Yes. So B option, Archaeological Survey of India. Yes. So that one is correct also. I think all of you know it is under the Ministry of Culture. Okay. It is under the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. So this second option here is incorrect. First one and third one, that is correct. So answer is option number B. Okay. So that is the first part. Second part, now here we are having these three statement based question which were in like huge number in this prelims exam. So here we are having the first one, oil spill is considered harmful for marine ecosystem. Second is saying oil spill may result in death of fishes and phytoplanktons. The third is saying oil spill can be removed by bioremediation process. So now the question is, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, and both of them explains statement 1. Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explains. Only on one of them is correct, that explains statement 1, and neither statement 2 nor statement 3 is correct. So here we have question number 2. This is question number 2. No, there the last we have seen it is under the Ministry of Culture. not Ministry of Science. So only 2 will be the correct answer. Question number 2 now. B option, A option. What will be the correct answer here? Question number 2. So I think all of you are going for B option, and that is correct also. See, what is the question asking? Oil spill is considered harmful. Of course, that is harmful. First statement is of course correct. Second is saying oil spill may result in death of fishes and phytoplanktons. That's why it is harmful. Okay. So second statement is explaining. It is explaining the first statement, that why it is harmful. Third one is saying that oil spill can be removed by bioremediation process. While it is correct, it is not explaining this part, that why this oil spill is considered as harmful. Okay. So third one is correct, but there is no such explanation. Okay. Hence, here we have this one. Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explains statement 1. Okay. So that's why we will practice a lot. That's why will this practice a lot. Will this session be beneficial for UPSC prelims? I think now I don't have to say anything about it, because we have already seen that how it has benefited this time. We have seen multiple questions from our daily current affair classes also. Even questions were there, topics were there, many things were there. Yeah. Now coming to the third one, consider the following: SDR, gold reserves, foreign currency assets, and domestic currency. How many of the above are part of forex reserves of RBI? Only 1, only 2, only 3, all 4. So here we have this one question, that how many of them are part of forex reserve of RBI. So we have discussed this one question also. Okay. And yes, that one thing is good, that whenever we are discussing any topic, you keep that in mind and you are able to answer it the next day. So that is one best part for all of you. Yes, the answer here is only 3. That is correct. Domestic currency will not be part of it. Foreign currency assets, gold reserves, SDR, they are going to be part of forex reserves of RBI. The fourth one, domestic currency, is not considered part of it. Okay. So here the answer is only 3. Okay. Now let's come to today's topic. The first one is of course about Interpol. Okay. Why we are discussing this topic? See, there is a context behind it. The context is this, that Interpol has for the first time included a new thing called as silver notice. This is a new addition. This is a new addition to the various types of notices which are issued by Interpol. So that's why we are going to discuss about this topic, that what exactly is Interpol, what it is doing, and how India is related to this, what agencies are there in India with respect to Interpol. So if we are talking about this Interpol, it is an intergovernmental organization. It is an intergovernmental organization and it has got 195 members. It has got 195 members. Okay. If we talk about this, is it part of United Nations? Has United Nations anything to do with this? So generally we see that it is not a part of UN, but coordinates with UN. This one is not a part of United Nations, but it is coordinating with the United Nations. So what exactly is this organization doing? What exactly is the work of this? Okay. So it is doing like the primary work. What is the primary work? If we talk about this organization, what is the primary work of this? International Police or Interpol. It is not actually a police in traditional sense. What it is actually doing, it is a network which is connecting the police of different countries. Okay. So even what we see that it connects police of all member nations. Connects police of all member nations. So it is connecting the police of all the member nations. Okay. There is no such law enforcement duty. Okay. This one not responsible for law enforcement. It is not responsible for law enforcement. Many a times you may have seen in different series and different other things that Interpol is arresting people. No, Interpol doesn't arrest people. Interpol has no such duty of arresting any criminals or arresting any person across the world. It is just connecting the police of different countries. Okay. It is not responsible for the law enforcement. Rather than that, it is just there to exchange the information. Okay. So this one organization, this facilitates, if we talk about this one is there to facilitate exchange of information. It is there to facilitate the exchange of information. Okay. So whatever information is there about a fugitive, about a person, about any such thing, they are being shared among the Interpol members. Okay. Now, they are issuing different types of notices. So how they will issue that and what is the meaning of that notice, we will come to that. But before that, there is one more thing. In each of the member country, in each and every member country, it has got a national central bureau. Okay. There is appointment of or like a designation of National Central Bureau. National Center Bureau in each country for Interpol. Means there is one agency in each and every country and they are responsible for like coordinating with Interpol. So in India, we again have one institution. Can you tell me which institution in India, which particular agency in India is responsible for acting as the NCB for Interpol? Which organization in India is acting as the NCB for Interpol in India? Anyone? Yes, correct. So here it is going to be CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. So here we see that it is CBI, that is Central Bureau of Investigation. This one is the National Central Bureau for Interpol in India. Now they have got different types of notices. They have got several type of notices. Like one of them is red notice. The first one is about the red notice. Now if you look at this red notice is for the wanted persons. Those people who are wanted by any country. So for them, now how it operates, how does this operate, like how this notice will be issued. This notice cannot be done simply on the request of the government. First, there has to be a case in the country. The judiciary of that country has to issue a warrant. They have to issue a warrant for a particular person. And then only we see that there is issue of the red notice. Okay. So what we see that all these notices are on the basis of a court order. A court order is mandatory for all these notices. Now, red notice is for wanted people. Okay. Red notice is for wanted people. Then we have yellow notice. This one is for missing person. Then we can see blue notice. Blue notice is about like giving additional information about any such person. So that is blue notice. Then we have green notice about warning and intelligence sharing. It is about just warning and intelligence sharing. We have this orange notice. This is again a very prominent notice, orange notice. If a person is an imminent threat to any country, so then orange notice is issued. So this one is also very prominent, orange notice. Okay. This one is also prominent, orange notice. If a person is of imminent threat, so then we see that there is issue of this orange notice. There is purple notice also to tell about the modus operandi of any organization or any such criminal or any such person. Okay, that how they operate, like what is the network and all. So for that we have this modus operandi. Then we have another thing, black notice. Black notice is for unidentified bodies. Remember, this is also one part which can be asked in the examination. Black notice is for unidentified body. Then we have the new notice, silver notice. It is there in pilot phase in around 50 countries. It is there in pilot phase in around 50 countries, and maybe it can be extended later. But India is also among those 51 nations where the silver notice is being used. So silver notice is for identification and tracing of criminal assets. So this one is a new one, silver notice. This is for identification. This is for identification and tracing of criminal assets. So that is the role of this silver notice. Okay. And then one more notice is there, that is on the request of United Nations. Okay. So on the basis of United Nations, Interpol, UN Security Council special notice. Okay. So those organizations which are subject to UNSC sanction, for them this special notice is issued. Okay. So United Nations Security Council, if it is issuing sanctions for certain bodies or certain person, then this UNSC, Interpol special notice is also being issued. Okay. So that is the different type of 9 notices which are introduced by or which are given by Interpol. The new one is silver notice. The famous ones are red, yellow, orange and black. Okay. Red, orange, yellow and black, they are the famous ones. This is the new one, and total 9 notices are there. Okay. Modus operandi means how they work. What is their manner of working? That is called as modus operandi. Modus operandi simply means that how any network or how any people work, what is their style of working, that is modus operandi. Okay. So these are the notices of Interpol. I hope this first part is clear. I hope the first part is clear here. What is Interpol? What are the different type of notices? Which is the designated authority in India? So this is our first topic about Interpol. Now coming to the second topic, expulsion of MPs and MLAs. Okay. So this was one question which I got from one of you also, and this one is there in the news, that a few days ago we have seen that some of the people have been expelled. Some of them have been expelled from parties. Like this one news is there. We have seen one expulsion in Bihar also, that one of the for a prominent leader from one of the political party has been expelled due to family reasons. Okay. So that we have seen in case of Bihar also. Okay. So now there is a question that suppose if a person is expelled from the party, will he remain as MP or MLA or not? Okay. The question here is there, if an MP or MLA removed from or expelled from his or her political party, will they remain MP? This is one of the question. Now look at this question and answer me first. If a MP or MLA has been removed or expelled from their party, now you may have heard about anti-defection law. Some of you may have heard about anti-defection law, and in that context, tell me about this. If there is a person who is elected as a MP or MLA, but later on the party is expelling that member out of the political party, so will they remain MP, MLA or not? Will they be able to retain their seat or not? That is the only question which we have to see. Will they remain as MP, MLA or not? Okay, two answers said yes, two answers is no. What about other people? Will not be applied. Will they remain as MP, MLA? The answer to this question is yes. Okay. So the answer is yes. If a MP or MLA, if they have been expelled by their party, even after that they will continue. They will continue as MP or MLA. If they voluntarily resign, now anti-defection law applies if they are voluntarily resigning, or if they are going against the wishes of party, or if they join another political party. Okay. So what we see that when they are disqualified, when will or in what condition disqualification is there? In what qualification disqualification is done? The first part, see, first, if voluntarily resign, if voluntarily resign from party, if voluntarily resign from party, then they will be disqualified. Okay. Then they are going to be disqualified. Second, if they join another political party, if they join another political party, then also they will be disqualified. Okay. Or if they disobey party rules, party whip, then disqualified. If they disobey the party whip in the house, then also they will be disqualified. Okay. And you know about the nominated members, that if they join after 6 months, then they will be disqualified. The independent members, if they join any political party, they will be disqualified. So I think you all know that about independent candidates and nominated candidates. Okay. That for nominated candidate, for the nominated candidates, nominated candidates, they have a time limit of 6 months. After 6 months, they will be disqualified. For independent candidate, if they join any political party, so they will be disqualified. So for independent candidate and nominated, you already know that. But in case of this one case where MP or MLA is belonging to a party, the party has expelled them, then in that case they may remain as MP or MLA. There can be a chance that the party is also filing. The party may also file this request for their disqualification to the speaker. In that case, the speaker can decide whether to disqualify them or not. So party can request them, but in case of voluntary resignation, it is automatic. If they join another political party, it is automatic. If they disobey, again a speaker takes the decision. Okay. But if they are expelled out of the party, that does not mean that they will be removed from their post. So this is one important part which you can see here. Okay. Because anti-defection is not getting applied here. If they are expelled from their political party, like suppose these two leaders have been expelled from their political party. One of the leader in Bihar has been expelled from their political party. So in that case, they are not automatically disqualified. If party submits a request to the Speaker of the House, if that political party submits a request to the Speaker of House, then they may get disqualified, otherwise not. So there is no such automatic disqualification. So I hope this one part is also clear. Now in this case, suppose they are doing some rebel activity against the party. So party can again file a request to the speaker. They can get them disqualified. But for that, they have to separately seek the favor from the speaker that they have to be disqualified here. Whip is a office. Whip is basically an office. Whip is a person. They are issuing the orders of any political party in the house. Okay. Like suppose when the session is starting, when the parliament session or legislature session is going on, whip is basically a office there, or means the head of a party or a person appointed as a whip who will issue order to all the MPs or MLAs of that political party that what you have to say in the parliament or legislature. If they go against the order of whip, they may be disqualified. So whip is like giving an order, okay, yes, to be in party line. So this is the second topic which we were discussing. Now, coming to the third major topic, that is about collegium. Supreme Court Collegium has recommended transfer of 21 High Court judges. That has been one of the major shuffle. In like judiciary in a very long period of time. There is no such easy transfer or other things in case of higher court. But we see that 21 people have been reshuffled. They have been transferred from one high court to another high court. So what we see that again the collegium system is there in the news. Okay. So we will try to understand that what actually is the collegium system, how it has evolved, what it does, and what are the challenges with respect to the collegium system. Okay. So let us start first. What is collegium? अध्ययन बैच में क्लासेस आई थिंक नेक्स्ट वीक से हम लोग स्टार्ट कर लेंगे सविता. जो अध्ययन बैच 1.0 है एंड 2.0 उसमें हम लोग नेक्स्ट वीक से क्लासेस स्टार्ट कर लेंगे. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट वीक. नाउ हियर वी हैव दिस वन टॉपिक, collegium system. Okay. So what actually is this collegium system? Let us talk about this. Okay. It is basically a group of judges. A group of judges And what they do, responsible for, they are responsible for appointment or transfer of judges in High Court and Supreme Court. So this is basically a group of judges which are responsible for appointment and transfer of judges in High Court and Supreme Court. Okay. There is no such constitutional background of this. There is no such constitutional article which has created this. There is no law which has created this. How this has come into picture? It has evolved through the judicial review. It has evolved through various cases, and they have been termed as first judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, and the fourth judge case. Okay. So here we have the 4 different scenarios. The first judge case, like evolution. If we talk about the evolution of collegium, if we talk about this evolution of collegium, this collegium has evolved through the 3 judge cases. It has evolved through the 3 judge cases. When we talk about this, there is the first judge case. First judge case. This case, the first judge case, it was there in 1981. It was there in 1981, and it has given the primacy to the executive for judicial appointment. Okay. So it said that the consultation with Chief Justice of India doesn't means concurrence. Okay. So the short story is, gave primacy to executive for appointment of judges. So this is famously called as the first judge case. Okay. Then later on, around 12 years later, in 1993, many things have evolved during that time. 1993, if you look at this, this is one of the historical years. 1993 has been a historical years. There have been so many things which has come during this time. And here we see that there is the second judge case. Where is the second judge case? Now, in this scenario, there was this primacy to judiciary, and this was responsible for introduction of the collegium system. This one came with the introduction of collegium system. Introduction of the collegium system. It has come with this introduction of collegium system. Later on, again after 5 years, there was another case which is called as the third judge case. The third judge case, it was there in 1998. Now this one reaffirmed, this one has reaffirmed that collegium has to be there. Okay. And then it has set a part that collegium will consist of CJI plus 4 other judges. Okay. So reaffirmed, this one reaffirmed primacy of collegium, and collegium was defined as CJI plus 4 other judges. That it will be CJI plus 4 other judges that will form the collegium system. So this is about the introduction, or this is about the evolution of this system of 4 other judges. This is about the introduction of this collegium system. Later on, what we saw that that after all this part, like first we have seen 1981, this was there in 1981, later on 1993, and then 1998. We see all these things were going on, and it was established that CJI plus 4 other judges, they will be giving the name to the executive, and the executive has to appoint them. So this is one thing which we see in case of judiciary in India. Later on, what we saw that in 2014, there was introduction of National Judicial Appointment Commission. National Judicial Appointment Commission. But this one was also declared null and void. This was also declared null and void by the judiciary in what is called as fourth judge case. Okay. So in 2014 itself, declared null and void. Declared null and void, and this came in 2014 only in the fourth judge case. This National Judicial Appointment Commission was for appointment. It was for appointment of judges in High Court and Supreme Court. Okay. So it was declared null and void. The question is why? Why it was declared null and void? Why? Supreme Court said that it undermines, this is undermining the independence of judiciary. Okay. So Supreme Court here said that, it undermines independence of judiciary. So this is one basic part that right now in our country, for the appointment to High Court and Supreme Court, and even transfer of judges from one High Court to another High Court, we have a system called as collegium. What is collegium? It is a group of judges. A group of judges consisting of CJI plus 4 other judges in case of Supreme Court, and CJI plus 2 other judges in case of High Court. Okay. So for collegium, we see that for High Court it is CJI plus 4, for lower courts, for Supreme Court it is CJI plus 4, for High Court it is CJI plus 2. So that is one thing which we see about the collegium system in India. Now, why this is being criticized? Okay. What is the criticism of this? So can you tell me why this is being criticized? The collegium system, why it is being criticized? I think now you got the answer for that, Shiv Shankar, that it was there in 1981. Okay. 75 marks and mains ki tayari karegi nahi. Of course, you have to do mains preparation. See, like if you are getting 75, some questions here or there, your marks may increase 80, 85. And then in that scenario, it's best to start your preparation of mains. Okay. So don't worry about it. Anywhere above 70, start preparing for mains. Anyway, you have to prepare for the mains. So start preparing for the mains. Appointment is work of executive. Give me something else. Appointment is not work of executive. Rather, what we see that in directive principle of state policy, it is written there that there must be independence of judiciary from executive interference. Okay. So that is one part. Lack of transparency is there. There is one thing called as lack of transparency. There is one thing, allegation of nepotism. Allegation of nepotism. What we also see that there is another challenge with case of collegium system, lack of diversity. lack of diversity. Okay. The fourth challenge which we see in case of collegium system, that judges are becoming the judges of the judges. Okay. Judges are becoming the judges of the judges. So that is one thing. Dominated by judiciary. So that is also not correct. Dominated by judiciary. That is one of the challenge, that it is dominated by judiciary. Okay. This is one part. Yes, lack of accountability is also there. Lack of accountability. We have seen the cases of corruption. We have seen the cases of corruption with respect to like judges of high courts. And then what we see, that no such action has been taken in a swift manner. So this is undermining the trust of people on judiciary. Okay. So what we also see, that this undermines, this one undermines the trust of people on judiciary. Okay. So that is one of the challenges with respect to, this system of collegium. Now I am giving a task to all of you. Task is suggest reforms. This is one task for all of you. Suggest reforms for judicial appointments in India. Suggest reforms for judicial appointments in India. And this is specifically about High Court and Supreme Court, not the lower judiciary. So that is one task for you, that suggest reforms for judicial appointments in India, especially with respect to High Court and Supreme Court. So that is one task which I leave to you, that you can answer that part later in the comment box. Okay. Now, coming to the next portion, that is from environment section. This organism. Can you tell me, like, okay, name is written here, so you all will be able to identify it. But this is one of the very important, a marine herbivorous animal, which is also called as sea cow. Okay. If you look at this, this is marine. First thing is, it is marine. So no existence in fresh water. No existence in fresh water. Second thing, we see that it is herbivorous. Okay. Second thing which we see here, let me have this. Okay. So here we have marine, no existence in fresh water, no existence in fresh water. Then we see that it is herbivorous mammal, and also known as sea cow. This is dugong. Okay. So can you tell me that in which part of India you will see this dugong? Where you will find this dugong in India? Where do we find this dugong in India? In which area? Yes, Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Then what we see that, like, it's not only restricted to India. If you look at this, it is found from East Africa to Australia, including the Red Sea, Indian Ocean, and Pacific. Okay. So it is distributed in warm coastal waters across the Indian Ocean, Pacific, as well as, yes, Indian Ocean and Pacific. Okay. So what we see that, if we talk about the habitat, habitat. So it is warm coastal area. Warm coastal area from East Australia, okay, from the portions of like East Africa, not East Australia, East Africa, Red Sea, Australia, Indian Ocean, and even Pacific. So this is the entire zone. In India, you will find it near the Gulf of Mannar. Even Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve has a significant population of dugong in India. The Park Strait area is again having a significant amount here. In Andaman and Nicobar also, in Gulf of Kutch also. Okay. So in India, you will find it Gulf of Mannar, Parkway, Gulf of Kutch, and Andaman and Nicobar. So these 4 locations in India are specific. There is Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Mannar, then we have the Park Strait, then we have the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the regions where we will find that the dugongs are there. The dugongs are found in these locations. Okay. If we talk about these organisms, they are considered a sign of healthy ecosystem. If dugongs are present there, it means the marine ecosystem is quite healthy. Okay. So indicator species, what we see that they are indicator of healthy seagrass ecosystem. Healthy seagrass ecosystem. That if they are present there, it means there is healthy seagrass ecosystem. If pollution is there, they will not be present there. They are not there in like polluted water. They have a lifespan of near about 70 years. Lifespan is near about 70 years. So that is also we see about the dugong. At the same time, if we talk about the conservation, status, in Wildlife Protection Act, it is there in Schedule 1. In CITES, it is there in Appendix 1. Now, one more task for you. That what is the IUCN status for this one? What is the IUCN status for this one? That is the task for you. Okay. So try to find out this one part, that what is the IUCN status. Don't see it from the notes. First try to find it from your part and then tell me in the comment box later on that what is the IUCN status of dugong. Okay. So this is another part. Okay. That they are there in Appendix 1 of CITES, Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act. You have to tell me about the IUCN status. Okay. Now, what we see here, that the major threat to this organism, is habitat loss. Okay. Major threat is habitat loss. Habitat loss plus seagrass degradation. Seagrass degradation. Then we see that fishing activity, okay, fishing related activities, they are also one of the main challenges. Okay, so fishing using gill nets and bottom trawlers. Fishing using gill nets and bottom trawlers. Gill nets are like net in which if the fishes are trying to pass by, they get like captured into this, they get wounded, and then afterward we see that there can be death of the organism. There is bottom trawlers which go to the bottom of the oceans and from there they try to catch the fish. When people are like pulling that bottom trawler from the marine areas, it is also harming the sea grasses over there, the coral reef over there. So that is also a threat to these like dugong animals also, dugong mammal also. So that is also one of the organism which we see here. Okay. So I hope that part is clear. There is one question from Swati Priya, that sufficient for UPSC prelims. I think we have answered that question in the beginning itself. Okay. That through these classes what we have got. So just see one class which we have conducted last day about this session. You will find that how many questions have been there. Okay. So this dugong, tell me about the IUCN status. That is the task for you. Now one more small topic. There is this scheme. There is this one scheme which is called as road depth scheme. Okay. It was introduced in 2021 and now it has been reintroduced again in India. Okay. So what we see that this remission of duties, what we see that its name is remission of duties and taxes, on exported products. The name of this scheme is remission of duties and taxes on exported products. So from the name itself, you can understand this one part, that this is a scheme which is providing tax benefit and subsidies or incentive for those products which are getting exported from India. Okay. So what we see that it was there, like those people who were exporting the goods from India, they were given some tax benefit, the tax was getting refunded, the duties were getting refunded. So that was the road tip scheme which was introduced in 2021. So now what we see that it has been reintroduced once again. Okay. So why this has been reintroduced? You can see it here. Okay. That it is going to provide big boost to the exports. Okay. So what we see under this, there is going to be reimbursement of taxes or duties levied at central, state and local level. Okay. So whatever duties they are like paying for exporting their products and all, that is going to be refunded back to them. So it will boost the export from India. It will also boost employment from India. It will also ensure like a good trade balance of India. So we see that the trade from India, the export from India, it is declining. Plus second thing, we have seen countries like US, European Union and others, they are also imposing extra tariff on Indian exports. So in that situation, this scheme has been reintroduced so that the exporters can get some more benefit. Okay. So that's why we have again come with this one scheme. So see, under this, who all will be eligible? Okay, textile sector, all sectors including the textile sector, manufacturer exporters and merchant exporters, special economic zone units and export oriented units, good exported via courier through e-commerce platform. Okay. And there is no such particular turnover threshold. Okay. So what we see that like whatever things are getting exported from India, on that there is remission of various taxes, levies or duties. So that has been put here for like making our system better, making our like exports better. So that is the aim of it. Under this, they will not be getting the money directly. Okay. Rather than that, they will be getting the e-scripts. Okay. They will be getting the e-scripts and using that, they can get various facilities of the government. Okay. So that is one thing which have been introduced again in India, road tip scheme. Not a major scheme, but it has been introduced. You can use it somewhere in the example. So that is the news articles for today. These are the news articles. The four main, and this one is a smaller one, road tip scheme reintroduced in India. Now, we also have this one information about the Adhyan batch. Okay. So our Adhyan batch is starting from 9th of June. Okay. So this we are starting from 9th of June. Here we will have 3 classes. Okay. We will have 3 classes here. 2 classes will be for current affairs, 1 class for answer writing. Okay. So 2 classes will be current affair plus 1 on answer writing per week. Okay. Per week we are going to have 3 classes in this Adhyan batch 3. Okay. So here we are going to discuss the magazine also, plus the Hindu, Indian Express, and all other relevant current affairs. Okay. And at the same time, we will focus on prelims and mains 2026. So that is the aim of this batch. Focus on prelims and mains 2026 with answer writing and 360-degree coverage of the entire current affairs. Okay. That is one more information for you. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet again tomorrow at the same time, and then give me the answer of those 2 questions. First, what is the status of IUCN status of Digong? Second question was there that what reforms can be there in case of this collegium system. So I'm expecting answers from all of you. There is no excuse. Now the prelims exam is also over. So you have to give the answer for all of that in the comment box. Okay. So thank you. Take care. Okay. Current affairs magazine will be covered in the classes. Shiv Shankar, we will cover that in the class itself. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care and all the best. Thank you.